remember when I'm gonna say Josh Powell went to the show. Let's start from the beginning. Disclaimer.
They wrote me off and I ain't like that, so I'ma fight that. The bad man, damn. Right when you thought that it was safe to relax, you gotta stretch that. The bad man, bad. Healers with me for real, they right here.
All right, we have Josh Sippi Boi Powell in the building today. Let's start from the beginning.
Let's see, from the beginning. I was born in Brookhaven, Mississippi, February 8th, 1985. I've been there my whole life. Went to school there, graduated in 2004, joined the military, did 2 tours overseas. 2007, had my first child, Jakaya. Let's see. In 2015, I moved to Atlanta, started doing my promotion. From there, I won, I'd say, at least 5 awards since I've been here in Atlanta. 2019, I met my artists that I manage now, Young Little Savages. I started managing them in 2020, once their dad passed. More than that,
You are horrible.
I know.
You just skipped all the good stuff. So we're gonna take it back. Don't worry about it. A lot of people that shows your character. Cause a lot of people just love talking about themselves. And some people are uncomfortable talking about themselves. You know what I mean? And when I told you, hey, this is how we're gonna do it, I saw the look in your eye like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I thought you was just gonna ask questions.
Nah. That's the old Big LAC show. The new Big LAC show, I like for people to talk about themselves. Cause I may miss something that you might want to say. You know what I mean? So we're gonna take it back to Mississippi.
All right.
So Brookhaven, like I told you earlier, I used to go to church in Brookhaven. It's like, what, 50 miles away from Crystal Springs?
Yeah.
And that's why I lived there in Crystal Springs. How was it like growing up in Brookhaven?
It was cool. I mean, being the only boy out of 4 girls, so you know I had it rough. My family is mostly females, so I was like the only boy cousin around growing up. So I used to have to
Fight for everybody.
everybody out in the country. We used to make mud pies. My cousin used to make me eat them. I mean, it was cool. I mean, it was life. So I was there. So once I got up to age and was able to move, I moved. I was better my whole life, so I just wanted something different.
You said you joined the military. What branch?
Army National Guard.
Really?
Yeah.
What prompted that? Trying to get out of Mississippi?
That and my uncle was in the military too, so he was somebody I looked up to, so I had to join.
What was your MOS?
92 Alpha.
All right. So for MOS, for people that don't know, that's military occupational specialty or your job. What made you pick 92 Alpha?
It was logistics. So basically, I don't know why I like logistics so much. It was basically just ordering shit for the military.
Yeah, supply.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart because you knew what you liked when you went in. Because you know a lot of people go in the army, they don't know what they want to do.
Right. They just go in and pick something.
And then they get out and that shit do not translate to the real world. I was a 6'3" Bravo. I don't know what they changed. They changed it now, but I was a mechanic, and that's what I do now. But that's something that ain't something I wanted to do. But when I went to MEPS, and they told me, you went to MEPS in Jackson? Yeah, that's the one I went to. And and the lady, they I don't told this story before a billion times, but when I went and took my AS valve, they had me and this white boy in there, the white boy college educated and all that shit. And so we were sitting there and we went to go take our AS valve because you know at your recruiting station. Well, I don't know. Did you go to the recruiting station in Jackson?
No.
Yeah, that's the one I went to. They didn't have one in Crystal Springs, so I had to go to Jackson. And in the crew station, it was me and the white boy, and they made us do a practice test. And on a practice test, I scored like a 75. In high school, in 11th grade, I scored a 79. So my recruiter, he was like, if you get an 80, you can get any job you want. You get an 80, I'll buy you dinner. So, okay, I got a 75, an 80 ain't nothing. I said, I was rushing. And I had finished the test. You know, the test like 6 hours, some shit like that.
Yeah,
and I finished it in an hour and a half.
Damn.
Like, yeah, I was on the practice test. I was just going through it. And when I stopped, he was like, he said, what did you do? I said, I'm finished. And the little college white boy was sitting next to me. He was still going through it. I said, I'm done. I'm ready to go home. And he was like, you ain't done. I said, I'm done. He said, you finished all 5, I think it's 5 different ones, 5 or 7. And I said, I finished all of them. He said, let me see your score. And he did the thing and it popped up 75. He was like, what the fuck? He said, can you get higher than that? I said, in high school I got 79. He was like, if you get an 80, I'm taking you to dinner and all this shit, right? So a couple of weeks later, we at the MEPS and we take the test. And the same thing happened. I think I finished in like 2 hours this time. Because, you know, they don't let you go forward till the people tell you can go forward. Mm-hmm. So when I finished the part, I raised my hand. The lady said, yeah, you got a question? I said, yeah, I'm finished with this module. You finished? Yeah, I'm finished. She's like, okay. She hit the button and you go forward. So I went out there in the waiting room and I was waiting on, and my recruiter, Sergeant Lambert, I'll never forget, Sergeant First Class Lambert. He came out, he said, you did that dumb shit again, didn't you? I said, what? He said, you finished too fast. I said, I didn't finish too fast. It was just, the questions were easy. And so the other guy came out about an hour later. No, about 2 hours later. We just sitting there talking. And so the lady came and she was like, she handed, like, I don't know what it was, but the folder she had with our results didn't have a name on it. And she handed me the one, it was like 53. Like I scored a 53. She handed the dude one, he scored an 85. And so Sergeant Lambert looked at the shit, he said, didn't even look, the name was right at the top of everything. Didn't even look at that. But her racist ass, you know, Mississippi, her racist ass assumed I scored lower. So he was like, shit, Rotsy, that's what he called me because I was in ROTC in high school. He was like, shit, Rotsy, look like I ain't taking you to dinner. Look like you can't join the Army. Because you know, if you got a GED, you got to score like a 60. Well, then you did. And so I was like, damn, how the fuck I score 51 or 52 or some shit? I'm mad as fuck. And I'm like, no, I got to take this test again. Yeah. And the lady was like, you can't take it for a month. She said, you can come back in a month and take it. So the dude was over there like, I was struggling, white boy. I scored an 85. And so Sergeant Lambert was like, I'm going to take y'all back home at the same time because I think he was in Laurel or something. So he had to take his ass all the way to Laurel. And so I was sitting there mad as fuck. And she was like, all right, Lawrence, come here. And I looked up and she said, and she was looking at the white boy. And he had his head down looking at the thing. And she was like, Mr. Carter. And I said, yes. And she looked and she said, oh, I gave y'all the wrong folders. And I looked at Sergeant Lambert. I said, I'm told you, steak dinner. And I went up there and she said, she old white lady, she just shook. She was like, and when you went in, did they have a big ass laser disc they put in and showed you your job?
No, they ain't had it.
Yeah, when I went in, they had these big ass monitors and they had a laser disc and they had all the laser discs behind them. And they'd say, what job you want? And they pull out this big ass laser disc and you gotta watch the job. So she said, you know what job you want? I said, nah, show me. I'm petty now. Nah, show me what job I can have. Because he already told me if I get an 80, I can get any job in the military. I said, show me what job I can have. She pulled up on the screen. It was like, back then it was 365 jobs, 360 some jobs, and all of them popped up. So I was like, I can be any of them, huh? And she was looking at me. She knew I was being an asshole. And I said, which one's got a bonus right now? So she typed it up. Like 40 jobs popped up. It was an airline, aviation mechanic, helicopter mechanic, Apache mechanic, like all on mechanic and, you know, all the infantry shit. And cook popped up. And I said, well, I'm in job corps now for cooking. She said, it's only $5,000 bonus. I said, what get me $10,000 more? She said, mechanics. All the mechanics get you $10,000. All the infantry shit get you $20,000 or more. So I picked mechanic. But yeah, that's why I joined the Army to get the fuck out of Mississippi. Ain't shit in Mississippi but gravel and strawberries.
And trees.
And fucking trees. But back to you. So you grew up around a whole bunch of girls. Did anybody else in your family join the military?
Nope, I was the only one.
Really?
Yep.
Were they mad when you left?
Not really.
What were you doing before you joined them? You straight out of high school?
Straight out of high school.
You got the fuck on.
Right.
And you was in how many years?
I did 12 years.
12? Jesus.
Yep.
Why you didn't stay in the other 8?
I had my daughter, so.
It was time to go?
Yeah.
Damn it, you beat me. I was in 7.
I was going to get out when my thing ended the first time, but I changed my mind, so I just stayed on in.
Got that bonus.
Yep.
So you, how many years did you do active?
2. 'Cause I did 2 tours. So yeah, 2.
And where did you go? Iraq or Afghanistan?
Both.
Really?
Yeah.
Where were you in Iraq?
Iraq. No, I went to Iraq both times. I went to Balad and Iskandariya.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were, it was really happening there. I know Iskandariya was popping off when I was over there, but I was lucky enough. I was at the Baghdad airport while I was there. So we went up there when it happened, and it was crazy. That's how I got hurt. I got hurt there, and that's when I was like, time to go. And then the crazy thing, I got hurt there, came back, and got really injured at PLDC in school. Some dumbass put, you know how we used to have them burn barrels and you stand around and warm your hands up? Some dumbass picked up some 7.62 rounds, picking up some leaves to put in the burn barrel, and the shit exploded and went in my leg.
Damn.
Yeah, they were talking about giving me a Purple Heart and everything. They were like, nah, you weren't in war. But then the paperwork, it actually say if you're injured during wartime. But they was like, nah, we ain't giving you shit. Take the goddamn $10,000 we're gonna give you and get the fuck out. But so after the military, when was it that you realized that you wanted to be a promoter?
I don't know. I was just started going to the club and seeing like other people throw events and stuff like that. So that really prompted it. It was like after I got out of the military though. So
Really?
yeah.
So you use your do you get disability?
Nah.
Why the hell not? Something wrong with you. Hey, you better go down there and let the white folk pay you, man, for your service 12 years. You better get something, bro. I get 80. No, I get 70. They drop my shit in December. They don't want to give us nothing, man. But you better go down there. My sister-in-law, she was in the Navy. She got ulcers. I told her, you better go down there for them damn ulcers. You done had them shit before you joined the Navy. You got something. Hearing aid, hearing loss or something.
I can't see worse shit.
See? There you go. And that started in the military, right? Did they give you glasses when you was in?
Yep.
You had them BCGs?
Hell yeah.
I did too. I still got
I
a
hated
pair
them
now.
motherfuckers.
Yeah. I was lucky when I went in, the brown frames, I had them for a minute. And you know they say you can't break them.
Yeah.
And I broke them. I got them at AIT. We had our
They still
tools.
had them brown frames too when I went in.
Oh, really? What
Yeah.
year you say you went in?
04.
Yeah, I went in 99. And I broke my shit with a hammer. Right down the middle. When I went back, the lady was like, you lucky. And I said, what? Because you know in training, you still supposed to wear them. She was like, you lucky. I said, what? She said, we don't have any more brown frames. And they gave me the regular, they gave me the regular silver frame. And the folk were mad here when I went back and I had the cool ass, well, they weren't cool, but they were better than everybody else's. So, where were you stationed in America?
In Brookhaven.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were home the whole time?
Yeah, the National Guard, you only go one weekend out of the month.
But you know, a lot of places don't have National Guard units there.
Yeah, we got units there in Brookhaven, but we do all our summer training at Hattiesburg at Camp Shelby.
Okay, yeah. So where did you work? Did you have a regular job?
Yep, I was working at the dry ice plant.
Really? So you've always been some type of warehouse logistics.
Yep.
That's what's up. I mean, that matches with being a promoter. So you a smart dude. Cause see, a lot of people, they might work at Chick-fil-A in the daytime, and then nighttime they want to be a show promoter. That shit don't match up. That shit don't add up. Or they might want to DJ at night and work at goddamn a warehouse in the morning. That shit don't add up. Like your all your shit gotta add up for you to be good at it, and you're good at it.
Yeah.
Which awards have you won?
Promoter of the Year, Showcase Promoter of the Year. That's it.
But
They all 5 of them.
from different places though, right? From different award shows, right?
The I Signed Myself Awards and the Atlanta Hip Hop Awards.
That's pretty big in Atlanta though. Both of those.
Yeah, Atlanta was the first place I got recognized for my promotion.
So you promoting in Mississippi?
Yeah.
Really? And were you calling yourself Sippi Boi in Mississippi?
Yep. That's where it started at.
I bet a lot of people were, hey, like, damn, how you gonna take the name like that?
Hey, I'm the one that came up with it. But most people don't realize that Sippi Boi comes from like Mississippi.
Yeah.
Like the end part of Mississippi. Most people think because I drink.
Oh, them folks slow. Well, I guess you can get that. But when I first heard it, I said, he must be from Mississippi. Because that's the first thing I thought was Sippi.
Yep.
Just weird, I guess. Because the normal person would have thought because it was drinking. Oh,
But yeah, it comes from Mississippi.
So you moved to Atlanta. Was your goal to do the promotion thing in Atlanta?
Yep. That was my main purpose of moving here.
Really?
Yeah.
So you didn't want to try no other market. You want to try the biggest market pretty much in the country.
Yep.
That's smart. I mean, because if you don't make it here, you ain't going to make it nowhere else.
Right.
I mean, you could probably kill it
you
if you went to
probably
Macon
but
or Tuscaloosa or somewhere. You'll probably kill it. But here, it really shows your mettle that you came here and you, 7 years into it, and you promoter of the year 5 times.
Yep.
I mean, that's what's up, man. What else are you trying to do right now? Anything else besides the promotion and management?
Not really. I really want to just open up a business. Cause right now I'm in school for business management, artist management, really.
Yeah, business management. Yeah. What school you go to?
SAE.
Really?
Yeah. I just started in March, so yeah.
Online or going physical?
We online right now. So we doing artist management is basically what we're doing right now. I just did my business plan for class. So basically I just want to find a building and do like a one-stop shop for like artists. Like have like a graphic designer in there when they come in, need like flyers or promo material, studio, picture studios, like different shit in one spot.
That was the fuck it was supposed to be.
Like different shit.
That's why we call it the Forge. They're supposed to build everything together, but everything don't happen the way you want it to. But that's a good idea, especially in Atlanta.
Yeah, so right now we're learning how to like read the contracts, what to look for, royalties and stuff like that. So like in my business plan, I want to give like a class for like artists how to read their contracts, where you don't want to get messed over, how to do their pros and all shit like that, like different shit. Like
that's valuable shit.
Yeah. So basically, it's just helping me to become a better manager because this is my first time managing an artist.
Is it hard?
Whew, yeah.
Is it hard, the business part, or dealing with the artist?
I mean, my artists, they good. It ain't hard dealing with them. It's just the business part because it's my first time. So it was like, I say I jumped like head first into it because the way the boy's dad passed, and then they didn't want to let the name drop. So their mom was like, will I help her manage them? And I was like, yeah, but I ain't had no ideas on what managing was. So anything I have questions about, I always hear Ren. I was like, what I supposed to do? Is this right? What you think I should do? Just the different shit. So basically it's just getting all their paperwork and stuff in order before they can drop their music. You gotta get SoundCloud, Sound Exchange, BMI, I gotta get all that in order, but it's been worth it though. They done came a long way from when I first met them.
He loud as hell.
Yeah.
They're a cult. Bro. Like,
I thought they was in here because I seen them sitting in the room. I thought they were.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Bro, they be over there Friday night. Like some nights I come over here, to straighten up a little bit, to get everything straight, make sure the computer and the camera and stuff sync up. Cause sometimes I'll turn this shit on, and it won't work, and I'll be like, what the fuck? So I try to come over here on Thursday. They be over there then. Like it ain't that much church in the world.
Oh, it's a church right there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, they like some Shriners. They ain't Shriners. Let me stop. But they wear hats and fezzes and everything. They have kids in there. And you see, ain't no cars out there, but that one van. They all jump in that one van and go.
Oh, there's a car right there too. On the
Oh,
other
it's
side.
another car? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, my van there, it's a car right here, but I think they the Masons next door. But yeah, so you start managing, and you say the hardest thing is pretty much the business part.
The business part, yeah.
When it comes to paperwork, a lot of people like to stress paperwork. And what you just said was smart, that you're going to teach artists how to read their paperwork. Because a lot of people out there that stress paperwork and don't even understand what's in the paperwork.
Right.
They steal contracts offline and don't even really read what they're stealing. I had an artist that wanted me to manage him a couple of years ago, and he was like, "I got all the contracts," and I looked at the contracts, and I'm like, "You ain't even whoever edited the contracts didn't even take out the name of the people who they stole the contract from." Like the web damn address at the bottom, you know, just copy this shit offline and print it, and it still got the web address. It's, every now and then it might have his name with it. I say, bro, you gotta when you write contracts. Like, getting a template is cool if you don't know what you're doing offline, but you should always start from scratch because you may get some generic ass template and it might not even fit what you're doing.
What you trying to do?
You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't understand that. They just want to rap and they want to do that. But I'm in awe of what you're doing. We haven't linked up before like this because to me it wasn't the right time. You know what I mean? Because out of the circle, because we are in a circle, even though it may not be the tightest circle. You are one of the most fascinating people in that circle to me. And the crazy thing is, like, all y'all ain't none of y'all originally from Atlanta, really.
Nope, nobody.
Damn, now that I think about it, if we put all us together, like even the people on the outside, ain't none of y'all from Atlanta, really. Bobby J from North Carolina.
Rena from New York.
Jazzy from Idaho or some shit. What's Rita from?
Tigger from. Is it Virginia?
West Virginia, something crazy like that.
I think it's Virginia.
Yeah. Damn. Now that I think about it, yeah. That's what's up. I mean, that kind of shows you Atlanta, the mind state of Atlanta, because you don't have. Like y'all whole little clique, the whole little organization, everybody, y'all some grinders. Like y'all out here getting it, and you got people in Atlanta that's from Atlanta ain't getting it like that. Like you should. It's gonna sound fucked up, but it's the truth. You should never let somebody come in your city and just take over like y'all been taking over.
Hey, that was my main purpose.
I mean, but you got to though. I mean, from your perspective, you have to. You have to come over here and Godzilla this shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But a motherfucker shouldn't allow that. Like it's way too many. Well, if you look at it online, it's always the same 5 or 6 clubs everybody goes to. But it's way too many clubs in the city just to have the same 4 or 5 promoters at these clubs. I never got that, and that's probably why I never. When people used to ask me when I tried to do the promotions, I tried to do the concerts. And the participation level was so low. I don't know if it's because people don't like me, which I don't give a fuck about. Or when I started realizing that it wasn't about me. Talking to people that do it for real, like people that are really in this industry, people don't give a fuck about the promoter's name. They there for the artist.
Yeah.
And if the artist ain't pulling the draw, ain't drawing nobody, ain't nobody coming. And I went to a show about 8 months ago. A friend of mine, she was performing. She said, "Come on out, support me." And a bunch of us went out there because people will support a female artist way before they support a man. And we got there. Well, when I got there, it was like 50 people there for her, and that was it. Like the other artists weren't bringing nobody. Like the dude might have his girlfriend and his homeboy, and I think it was it a. I want to say you win something. You was winning something, and she didn't even win. And my whole thought process was the promoter or whoever put it together should have let her win because she brought the most money. Like,
yeah, but it don't work like that though.
But it should. I mean, you right. Morally, that's fucked up. If another artist performed better to the judge, I think it was judges. To the judges, okay, I get that. But if you got somebody that's gonna pull bringing 50 people by yourself in these small ass clubs, that's big.
It is.
Well, she had about 50 folks, and people from out of town and everything. The promoter should have went to the judge and said, "Hey, she need to be in the top 3 at least." But the people they chose, it was the same 3 dudes performing the same 3 fucking songs, looking the same way. Wasn't no crowd participation when they was up there or nothing. And I was like, wow, I don't get it. Like, you should. Well, you know better than me. But in my mind, you should boost the person that's bringing money to the door. You get what I'm saying? Because that's how real concerts work. They're not going to pay the headliner more than they pay the. They're not going to pay the open act more than they pay the headliner.
Right. They could have just made a headline at the next show.
But they didn't, and she got frustrated. She doing other stuff now because she said it kept happening like that. She'll bring a bunch of people, and even in regular showcases, she wasn't really getting. They were boosting their friends. You know what I mean? Like they homeboys, the promoter might be friends with a rapper, and shit like that. And I get it. You're supposed to support your people if you have the power to. But when you got somebody that's actually bringing money to the table, you should, boost them too. What you think? Because I ain't smart in that shit.
I mean, if she brought 50 people, he should have at least gave her some type of sanity.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You ever thought about, I know you said you're going to open up the one-stop shop for the artists. Like I said, this is what the Ford's supposed to be, but it fell apart. Because artists in Atlanta, I work with artists in Tampa, Tuscaloosa, Macon, Tennessee. Shout out Squeaky. Shout out JG. New York. And it's like artists in Atlanta are spoiled, man. They feel like they're old. You know what I mean? Like you were saying earlier about the flyer thing. It's like you gave me $25 to be in this show. You want me to get somebody to make the flyer. And if you get real graphics, that shit costs. Not like the little $35, $40 people like to pay, but real graphic designers gonna hit you over the head. You know what I mean? Well, your graphics be fire as fuck. They think you should make the flyer. You should promote the flyer. They don't have to promote. And then you should make sure people come out to the show. Well, bitch, it's your show. Like
they ain't coming to see me.
Yeah. Like they shouldn't even know the promoter. They shouldn't even know the managers. And I don't get it. Like I got a dude now that want me to manage him in Alabama. And I was asking him what's in it for me. Because they don't want to pay you as a manager. They want you to do all this work, all this promotion, and then they expect that they should get famous and you should do everything they need you to do for free. Set up studio time, get beats. You my manager? They don't understand what a manager is.
They really don't.
Have you thought about managing anybody else except Wireless? Why not?
I'm good where I'm at.
A lot of people come to you and ask you though, don't they?
Yeah. There's a lot of people that want me to manage them, but I mean, it's still fresh to me, so I got at least get a couple more years under my belt before I just go out and manage.
You think you're going to keep doing it? Or you think this your last foray into it?
No, I keep doing it. I done grown to love it, so I still do it.
What about promoting?
I'm always do that.
That's your first love?
Yeah.
So what about when you open up the building? Because I'm pretty sure you're going to open up the building. And are you still going to focus on promoting this hard?
Yeah.
That'd be cool though if you get a big enough building where you can throw shows in. That'd be cool. Well, I'll invest in that.
Yeah, it really will be a one-stop shop.
It would be. It would. That's kind of, like I say, that's what this is supposed to be. When I walked in, I saw the stage. I was like, damn, we can do little small open mics in here. You got like the one thing that you have that I'm envious of is you have people behind you that trust your vision and believe in what you do. And when you have that, you're unstoppable. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people like to scream that team shit. That shit is true. Like you can't do none of this shit by yourself.
I mean, when I first got here, I was doing everything by myself. I was finding the building. I used to host by myself at my own event. I hold the door. So yeah, it was just crazy, man. I was just in and out. Shit. Then I had met Tigger at a showcase one day. Dolo J had introduced me to her because he had seen me just going from the door to the inside. He was like, "Hey, this is my sister right here. She a dope ass host." I was like, "All right." So I gave her the mic, and she continued to host that. And then she been my host ever since.
That's what's up.
And that's been like going on 3 years.
That's what's up. So, she's a damn good host. Like she keep the people engaged, and that's what you got to do.
Yeah, she dope as fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You do shows and showcases back in Mississippi too, don't you?
Yeah, I actually like to travel, so I done a show in Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas, and I'm trying to go like some other states too. I was supposed to go to Arizona last year, but the coronavirus had hit.
Coronavirus.
So yeah, I'm just trying to go like different places.
You ever did Florida?
Nope. But there's a promoter down there want me to come down there, but the time she wanted me to come, shit, I couldn't go.
What about Tennessee?
Nope, I ain't never been there. I mean, I'll go anywhere as long as it's worth it.
Yeah, gotta make sense.
Yeah.
So, when you were coming up with a show, how do you already have a plan, or do you have a template that you go by off top? That's kind of the same thing. I just said the same thing. All right. So when you doing the show, do you already have a template or a plan that you go by, or do you just wing it? Do you say, "Oh, this club open, I'm gonna pay $300 for 6 hours. Let's just do some shit"?
No, I just usually just pick a date, and I just call the club owner like, I need this date, and then my showcase night don't change, so it's always gonna be the Indie Artist Takeover showcase, so it doesn't change. So I just call the club owner, I need this date. He said, all right, you got it. Shoot all the information to my graphic designer. Our hit Rena, Tigger available. She available. Okay, that's my host. Then I hit my DJs up, either LAC the shooter or two of the DJ, see if one of them available, and whichever one available, that's my DJ.
You used to do a talk show.
Streets on Lock Radio.
What happened with that?
Coronavirus. But we actually finna start back up in the summer.
That's what's up. Same place?
We don't know yet. We gotta have a meeting to see what we're gonna do with it.
So out of all this stuff that you do, are you the main financer?
For my showcase, I am, cause it's just me. I mean, it's me. I'm a woman. I say one man team, but I have a team. I pay for the club. I pay for the DJ. Pay for the host. Pay for all the prizes. So for that, I am. But for like the radio station, it's a group of us.
You never thought about getting a partner with the showcase shit?
No, cause I don't trust people.
You ain't gotta trust nobody to take their money. I mean,
yeah, cause that's why when I first started, I did everything myself.
So you
because
still on that mindset?
yeah, it took me a while to. I'm not really a people person, but
You feel me? You feel me?
but
So if somebody came to you and said, "Man, this shit hot," like I want to give you half of what you pay for everything, you would accept it?
yeah, I would. I thought you was talking about like going in, like doing shows, like me partnering up with another promoter. Nah, I wouldn't do that.
No, but I'm saying a financer.
Yeah.
Like somebody come to you and say, "How much you pay for all this?" Well, I paid $1,200 to get it going. All right, I give you $600, and we split the door, whatever. You wouldn't think about doing that, or you won't got to the point where you just like having the whole door to yourself, or you like having all the creative control of yourself?
I like having everything to myself.
I see. All right, so we about to get out of here, man. It was a great interview. I learned a lot. Tell everybody what you got going on coming up and what YLS got going on.
This Saturday I got a showcase at pregame. YLS is getting ready to drop the street anthem Gutter. The video's already done, shot by EI Shoot.
Shout out, Shoot.
Yeah, that's getting ready to drop soon. So yeah, that's about it. I'm just doing showcases. Probably end up traveling during the summer, take my showcase on the road. But that's basically it, showcases and managing my artists.
That's what's up, man. Give us all your social media information.
Instagram is Sippi, SIPPI _BOI_ENT. Facebook is Josh Sippi Boi Powell, and my company page is Sippi Boi ENT.
That's what's up, man. Thank you for coming.
Appreciate it, boss.
We gotta link up on some shit one day when you trust people.
I trust my circle. No problem, man.